Why am I a fan of Elvis Presley? I've never had to tell this story before, but I think now's a good time, don't you? It all started on 2 days before Christmas, 2005. It was 2005, 2 days before Christmas, and I was in the car with my grandfather listening to our usual Christmas music. Like, we would always have the radio station here, which is 97.9, turn to the Christmas station in December. And I had never, at that time, had never heard of an Elvis Presley song. I knew who Elvis was. I'd heard his name before, so I knew he was called the King of Rock and Roll. Like, he was one of the biggest rock stars of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. But I had never heard of one of his songs. Never. I had only seen his picture a couple of times. I had just turned 10 at the time, and a song that he did a cover of back in 1957, "Blue Christmas," which I also did a cover of last year for Christmas, came on the radio, and it was something that I had never heard before in terms of music. I had never heard a song sang like that before. I had never heard a sound like that before. It was different. I liked it. And it was a song I had never heard of, and Elvis would always sing his music in a very weird way, you know. And I didn't understand some of the words he was saying, and in my mind, I thought he was saying "hubba bubba." It's stupid, I know, but I was 10. I have selective hearing, and just the way that he sings. And when the song ended, the radio DJ said, and that was "Blue Christmas" by Elvis Presley. I was like, Elvis Presley, that was him? That was my first time ever hearing an Elvis song, and it was right then and there that I liked Elvis Presley, because I liked the sound of his music. I liked the way he sang, his voice, everything. So I got to a point where for Christmas I wound up getting a bunch of Elvis CDs and DVDs from my grandparents because of my immediate obsession with this man. And as the years went on, I wound up amassing a huge collection of Elvis Presley stuff, from books, DVDs, VHS tapes, CDs, cassette tapes, life-size cardboard cutout statues, pictures on the wall, records, a copy of his script for his movie Jailhouse Rock. Elvis Presley, his Elvis sunglasses, his TCB necklaces, Elvis pajamas, Elvis everything. And over the years, I've moved so many times and so many things have happened that I don't have a whole lot of Elvis stuff left anymore. I have a few records, I have a few pictures, I've got an Elvis shirt I just recently got that re-add to my collection. A few of my DVDs over there, I have the Elvis Presley. It's a DVD collection of some of his live performances, and I have the DVD version of Elvis the miniseries, which was a 2005 miniseries about Elvis. It came out. It was similar to how Walk the Line did with Johnny Cash. There is a trailer for it. I will do a reaction to the trailer for Elvis the miniseries because it is Elvis related, and I'm only doing Elvis related content from now to the 16th. So of course I'll do that because it's Elvis related. And Jonathan Ray Myers does look like a young Elvis Presley. And it was thanks to that song just before Christmas that got me into Elvis. It's weird. I fall into this big obsession with Elvis Presley over a Christmas song that he sang back in 1957 and redid over the years. But sometimes we find our hobbies in the smallest ways, you know, whether it be a song or anything like that. It's always interesting how that happens, you know. It could just take one song and you're hooked. It's like a drug. Elvis is like a drug, actually. He's highly addictive, and it only takes one sample before you're hooked. There you go, Mikey, connecting. You're comparing Elvis to drugs, because he did have a thing for sleeping pills. But he wasn't that bad with them. You know, he didn't die from a drug overdose. He died from a heart attack. But that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. It's not really that exciting, and I'm not that hyped up, but it's because this is the kind of story where I like to just sit down and talk, because this is something that started a new part of my life when I was 10 years old, and now I'm 24 and still love Elvis. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.